Come on and clap your hand for Jesus. We're just grateful for this moment, this opportunity that the Lord has blessed us with, to be able to come into this place and to glean from him on today, having an ear to hear what the Spirit is saying to the church. We're living in the last days. And that being said, it means that Jesus Christ is soon to come. And it's behooves me that we're not getting in a hurry. And the reason I'm saying that is because when the Bible said that Noah moved with fear to the preparing of an ark for the saving of his household, it was a sense of urgency. And when I look at us, I don't see the urgency. When I look at the lateness of the hour, I don't see the urgency. Today we are going to speak what the Lord would have us to say. In the book of Revelation, the 22nd chapter, and we want to begin reading at the 11th verse. He that is unjust, let him be unjust still. He which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And the reason I'm saying that is because, behold, I come quickly. I'm coming suddenly. In other words, when I come, you won't have time to get ready. And the purpose of my coming is to reward. My reward is with me, to give every man according as his work shall be. Let me hear him get through this. And I am Alpha and Omega. I'm the beginning, I'm the end, I'm the first, and I am the last. Then John the Revelator say, blessed are they that do the best that they can, that's try to keep his commandments. No. This is one no Nike normal. Just do it. And the reason being that they may have a right to the tree of life and may enter in through the gates into the city. For because without are dogs and sorcerers and whoremongers and murderers and idolaters and whosoever loveth and maketh a lie. You can be seated. God is a mighty good God. look at this and I'm seeing more and more. He said, if you're unjust, you'll be unjust still. And if you're filthy, you'll be filthy still. But if you're righteous, you'll be righteous still. If you're holy, you'll be holy still. Behold, I come quickly. Suddenly. And my reward is with me, to give every man according to his work shall be. If he's unjust, he's going to receive for the unjust. He's filthy, you're going to get a reward for being filthy. If you're righteous, you're going to get a righteous reward. If you're holy, you're going to get a reward for being holy. You notice that it didn't say anything in there about being a church member. But this is the problem. This is what messes up people today. They feel justified in sin because I'm a church member. God is not coming back or sending his son back to call all of the church rolls, because I don't need that. I've already stated what's needful and what's necessary. So when I come, if you're not prepared, whether you're prepared or not, you're going to get your reward. If you're unjust, you're not prepared. If you're filthy, you're not prepared. If you're righteous, you're prepared. If you're holy, you're prepared. If you're holy, then you're prepared. But it doesn't matter whichever way it is, I got a reward for it. And when we look at what we owe God, when we look at what's required of us, thou art inexcusable, O wretched man that I am. You don't have an excuse. You don't have an excuse not to serve God. Somewhere in where does it say in there about blessed are they that do his commandments most of the time. And so the reason it being just do his commandment, that means that's 24/7. 365 days a year. And so in other words, you don't have a time off from living in accordance to what God's word said. When I look at what's at stake, and see, some of us, we're not looking at what's at stake. We're saying, for the most part, I'm a faithful church member. That don't mean you're faithful to God. You got people in the denominational world who run circles around these tongue-talking folk. And if you don't believe me, you look at Matthew 5:20. Except no other, I ain't taking no excuses or nothing, except only if your righteousness shall exceed the righteousness of the scribes and the Pharisees. If you're not doing more than what they're doing, you're not going to heaven. You shall in no wise enter therein. And so if what the Jehovah's Witnesses are doing, if we're not doing more than they're doing, we're going to hell. And what the Mormons are doing, you know how they wake us up on Saturday morning? Petting watchtower and awake, and they still sleep. Hey, I'm awake unto righteousness just yet. But when you look at the publican and the sinner, he was a sinner too, but he went to church. He got most of us beat. He said, listen, Lord, I thank you that I'm not like that the Pharisee and the publican. I thank you that I'm not like that publican, that son over there. I'm a church member. And just in case, God, you're not aware, I fast twice a week. I go to prayer. I pay tithe of all that I possess. Does our righteousness exceed that? But his heart wasn't right. And see, some of us, we're getting casual in our walk, in our relationship with God. We're not taking this thing seriously. Oh, I'm going to preach up in here. Listen. And I was reading this article. See, y'all got a whole different perspective out of it than I did. Just stay with me. He said a fellow who badly needed a job applied for employment with the circus when it came to town. Only one job was available. The monkey had died. And the owner wanted to dress the man in a monkey suit. Put him in a cage. The man was so desperate that he took the job. He was told that all he had to do was scratch and grunt. And the folks wouldn't know that he was a fake. After a while, the fella began to like his new job. He liked his new job. Watch this. And could even swing around on a tree in the cage. He got bolder. And bolder. Let me stop right there. This man was in need of a job. He was desperate. And so the only job that was available was in the circus was just, you weren't going to be the ring master. You just going to be dressed up in a monkey suit. Entertain the people. The man said, listen, you don't have to do all that other stuff. Don't do everything that the monkey does. Just, all you got to do is just scratch and grunt. Scratch and grunt. But something happened. He liked the job. He liked the job. And so, you know, when you look at it, say he even began to swing around in the cage. Stay with me. So what the man decided that if I'm going to be a monkey, I'm going to be the best monkey imitator that I can be. Now, how many of us say we're going to be the best Christian that we can be? How many of us saying that I can be I'm going to be the best imitator of Jesus Christ that I can be? I'm going to be the best Christian to be Christ-like that I can be. How many of us have said that? Oh, yeah, he liked his job. And somebody don't like being saved because they are not trying to be like Christ as much as they possibly can. See, when you love it like Paul did, he said, until it's no more I, but that only Christ that dwelleth on the inside of me. And so we got to see, do I really like my job? Do I really like serving the true and the living God? Because one thing about it, you can't have it your way. We can pray when we get ready. That's an option. God don't have to, even though God said pray without ceasing, there's nobody there making sure that we pray. That man didn't tell them that you got to start swinging and doing all